What's good, y'all? So I got Emmett here with me today, joining us for a student interview. Emmett is actually a customer of Elevated Mentorship and have been working with him for about what since June.
Yeah, about 7 months now.
Nice. And we were kind of talking prior. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Emmett because typically on live Q&A calls he doesn't like we don't have his screen on at all. So it was interesting face to face. I guess for those people that just don't know who you are, which is surprising because I feel like a lot of your content as a barber right now is just going all over the place. You really picked up a lot of steam. I guess give like a little background of how you started cutting hair, your journey, and then just to where you are right now.
Okay, so I was born in California, in Vallejo, California. We moved to Las Vegas when I was like 5 or 6. But yeah, so just grew up here in Vegas and then started cutting hair. I think it was going into senior year. And then I went to barber school like 6 months after graduating. So pretty much been cutting hair ever since then. I'm 26 now. I'm going to be 27 this year. Prior to entering the program, I really was kind of just doing what everyone else was doing. So, like, I mean, I've always been big in this like self improvement and trying to learn and apply what I learn, but nothing like a solidified plan like what we've been doing in the program.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, I guess for you, like, how was business at least before joining? Because I know, like, we were talking to the DMs even before you joined. I think you were charging what $30 a haircut, and you're pretty booked out at that point, correct?
Yeah, so it was 35 for a clipper cut, and then 50 for like a shear cut. But yeah, I was booked out like every day, even for like weeks at a time. I was booked out. So just really overly busy, too busy for my own liking.
Yeah. I guess why did you never at least try something or like to improve your business up until like joining the program?
Um, what do you mean?
Just in terms of like like charging more maybe, or even just you were pretty booked out that price point. What were you like? I know even Berg told me like you were going to like a lot of classes for shear work and stuff like that, but didn't really do anything like on the business side. I guess just curious as to why.
Oh, mostly out of just fear.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Um, I guess for you, what really
I had just had my son, so it was kind of like between transitioning and that, and then we had just opened a shop uh, right after I had my son, so that too. So just, I guess, yeah, just being afraid.
got you clear. Um, I guess like since then, like what has been like at least the biggest or like at least the biggest impact from utilizing the program that's had on your career, like in terms of whether it be the marketing side, business side, structure of the business. What has had the biggest impact on you?
Um, Mostly the content. The content has been able to well, bring me all the new clients that I've gotten
Hmm.
through the content and the marketing that we've been doing. Also, really the affirmations are
Mm.
big for me too. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff came pretty easy to me because, like I said, a lot of the stuff I was already used to doing, like getting up early, going to the gym every day. A lot of that stuff I was already doing. So, eating healthy, like a lot of that came easy. But really, mostly the content and like the affirmations and really like the structure of the program.
Nice. Um, for you then, like what? Because like I think also to a lot of people in the program kind of look up to you as just like, damn, like how does Tough do it? I mean, I know you said you've been pretty disciplined before. I mean, just what kind of makes you tick then? Just overall, I think that's like a question I definitely want to know because legit from like I think it was like 2 weeks in the program, you were able to like raise prices or something like that, like real quick.
Hmm.
So what is that in you that just ticks and like just really focuses on that one thing?
Mm, that's a good question.
Yeah, I
Um,
just I do when I got this interview, I'm like I got to ask him like how the fuck he does this because like just watching from the outside, like watching you, it's just like miles ahead, right?
yeah. What is it that makes me tick? I don't know, bro. I think it's just something that kind of always wanted to do. So, I had the opportunity to do it. I believed in what the program was doing, so I kind of just hammered away at the program, and I figured that, if I do what the program, is laid out for me to do it. If I do it and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But if it works, then, you know. But it's like a lot of things in life, like it's a lot of the consistent daily actions that you do that are gonna add up in the long run.
Hmm.
So what makes me tick, I guess, is just I just want it. I
I
think
got.
a lot of people don't want it that bad.
I can back you up on that for sure because you're always on like every Q&A call. You're like the first one on getting a question, hop off, just go back to executing. Um, I guess for you, like because I know I don't know what the culture is like in Las Vegas. Is it very like progressive? Do you sometimes feel like even yourself, you've always been like that individual who just like you said wants it more than everybody else, kind of like that standout individual.
When you say, are you talking about the barber industry as a whole?
Maybe just even the culture and like maybe your area, or just even as a whole too, would be perfect.
I would say that Vegas is it's pretty progressive.
Hmm.
I mean, not in terms of of the hype. Like, there's not really too many like hype barbers out here, but as far as like people actually wanting to raise their prices and do more, yeah, there's a lot, but there's not too many of us that do it. But yeah, me, yeah, I mean, I play to win. I'm not playing it to second. So
Facts. I think that's like
Who's the best barber in Vegas? It's me.
yeah, facts. Facts. I think like honestly like even I remember from like our first call, I think I just remember like that you just had that like real high confidence about you. Um, where does that come from? I mean, like, did you play like sports growing up or anything that's where that fed into that
Nah,
confidence?
that's the crazy part, bro.
Really?
Is I because when I was a kid, I was like not confident, not at all. Just like a super like self-conscious kid, and like for a long time there, I remember like even now when I look back, like it's crazy to me to think how much my mindset has changed. Like I really used to be that kid that was kind of like super quiet, didn't really talk to people, kind of was like I guess awkward. So I guess just shit, really just like reading self-improvement books and like applying the shit, learning, just trying to learn and improve myself over the years. But yeah, it definitely wasn't natural. It's definitely something that I've had to work on for sure.
Interesting. Was that? Did you ever have that like shift happen like before barbering, or did that come from barbering as well too? Like while you were cutting hair.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, it was definitely during barbering. It was because even up until yeah, I mean, I went to barber school right after high school. So even up until like the end of high school, I still was kind of like an awkward kid. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Because I mean, like, dude, like, I think everything about you just like focused. Like, you know what you want. You're clear headed. You're clear minded. Um, I guess for you, like, um, what do you feel like is it just separates you from I guess the rest of maybe people who get like great information? Because I think we both know individuals who might like read a lot of self help books. How did you like at least put that into practice for yourself?
What do you mean exactly?
Like to get just to get results, right? Like, because I think a lot of people like read self help books. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like people just like more talking than doers. So like kind
Oh,
of
of
just a little bit more of
course.
that and that aspect.
I mean, I think that people, when they read things and they study things, they're not looking to get the fullness of it. They just, they might read it and then put it back down. Versus me, like I'll read something and I'll reread it again and I'll reread it again, so I can fully understand and comprehend it. And then whatever like the principles are in there, I write it down and then I apply it.
Mm,
And like I'll like highlight stuff, even in the program, like some of the things in the program, like I'll highlight them and go back over them and really apply them. Like it'll be the one thing that I'm working on, not just in my haircuts, but like in the business or in my mental side, like and just focus on that until I lock it in.
interesting. Okay. Um, that's actually like just really hyper focused on again like one thing, just locked
Mm-hmm.
in, not even like worrying about distractions. Um, I guess for you too, like because I know like I was talking to South Bay Chris earlier, talking with Joel earlier. they obviously had like some doubts when going up in pricing. For
Hmm.
you, obviously, you're super confident. I mean, was there anything of that as after you got in the program going up? Because I think you went from 35 to 50. Would you go to 50 or would you go after that?
Yeah, so the first I was at 35 and 55, and then I went to 50, 50, yeah, 55 and 70.
Mm,
And then I just went to 80. I just made one service because that's the route I wanted to go and just went to 80. And then luckily, since the last Q&A, my numbers have gone up, so it's getting pretty close. I'm gonna be
nice,
going up again soon. So
nice, and that's gonna be the 100.
yeah.
Nice. Do you like? I think what I remember talking to somebody about this too. Like I like my goal, especially like what I was hoping you would do is get to like $100 haircut without. I think you're under 30K followers, right? And it just
Hmm.
drives home the fact of like you don't need the followers to like generate that. It's more of like do you know like how to market to run your business? Um,
Right.
and I think I've also talked to people who like you've even harped that into them. I guess how was that at least that mentality? Have you always had that? Was it more of like in the from the program? And then how did you just implement that overall for yourself?
Can you ask that again?
Yeah, I mean, like just overall, like does that mentality of, um, it's not the big numbers, the viral videos. It's just the efficient. Like you're just super efficient with your posts, right? Was that
Hmm.
always beforehand? Was that kind of like a maybe something that you were thinking of? Okay, this might be get big numbers, get clientele to build business. Because like I said, you're under 30K and about to hit $100, which is phenomenal, right? That's like super efficient.
Hmm. Um. Oh man, I don't know, bro. I just like I said, I just followed the program, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the the one thing that I studied in the beginning, because was that like the section one or chapter one, the section on content,
Hmm.
like that whole the flow sheet. Like I had those on my station. Like I had them, I printed them out, got them laminated, and had it on my station. So like whenever I was in doubt, I'll just shoot back to that. Same thing with my editing. Like I had it right here on my work office,
Hmm.
and I would just and I would hammer it, and then like I would see, and I would just look at my videos and be like, okay, this one did okay. Maybe it's the lighting. Because I was even talking to Angel the other day, and I was looking at my some of my first posts, and they didn't do bad, but they didn't do great. And I think mostly it was just the lighting, because the
Mm.
quality of the haircut was there. I feel like the angles they were pretty good, and just making slight iterations here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, just really hammering it down to like one constant variable or one changing variable. Like it just sounds
Hmm.
like you just like you had the formula, you just posted it, you put it right next to your workstation, which I think is that's pretty badass too, just to have that to reference to. I guess for you, the question also too was more of along the lines of like, was there any doubt at any time going up in pricing? Right, obviously you're super confident, like you know how good you are, but like, was there any like doubt or like, damn, did I fuck up going up in this price raise throughout that process for you?
Oh yeah, 100%, both times.
Really?
But oh yeah,
Hmm.
but I mean the the thing that I realize is when I do it, it just lights another fire under my ass. So, you know, it just gets me back going again.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of just
So
gets you just
it's
hungrier.
like I got no choice now,
Mm.
and I'll be damned if I got to go back down. I'll be damned,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not who I am. So I'm not gonna go back down. I didn't do all the fucking work so I can go back down.
Factual. Factual. I know for you too, because like I remember on our first call, the biggest thing that I remember you talking about was just you're overworked. I think you were making about 5 to 6K at that point in time when you're doing $30 haircuts. But the biggest thing that you talked about was more just look, I want to spend more time with my family, right? Like, of course, your
Hmm.
son, your wife. I guess how has that changed since going through the program? I mean, time wise for spending with them, just even quality time overall.
Oh, a lot, bro. Definitely a lot. Before the program, I was probably doing like probably like 12 heads, maybe 13 heads a day. Working like it was like 9 to 6, 9 to 7, 5 days a week. So I mean, just a normal like a normal barber schedule. And since then, I cut. Well, my heads per working day right now is a 4.65, I think it was. So like around five heads a day that I'm cutting, and I pretty much make the same, if not more, than I was, and then I knocked off like 2 to 3 hours off my schedule each day. So
Nice.
it's giving me a lot of free time.
Nice. Do you I mean, do you spend more time with your son? Do you get more time with activities, or what are you doing in that free
Oh
time?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, spending more time with them. Just and being able to like really relax and take a step back and look at everything as a whole instead of like being so, sometimes we get so busy in our routines that we don't even take time to look back at like, is this shit even working? So
Yeah.
now I have time to actually do that
Yeah.
and make the adjustments that I need to.
Yeah. It's like a war chest, dude. Like the more time that you accumulate of just like able to think on the business instead of just like redundantly laboring out, it's an incredible
Right.
hack. Because I know, like, I mean, I don't have kids, obviously, so we're kind of like my drive was always going towards like if I had a family one day, like I was only making like 2K a month at that point in time. I mean, when you were doing the overworked like 12 heads a day, was there any like stress? Was there a lot of worry at
Oh
all?
yeah, bro. Stressed every damn day.
Mm-hmm.
Just, overworked, my body hurts, my neck hurts. Mentally, it's like I had read something, or maybe I listened to it, but it was saying something like, you put all this energy into work, and then you go home, and then your family gets like whatever's left, which is like pretty much nothing after, especially after dealing with people all day.
Yeah.
You're like shot. So I didn't like that.
Mm.
When I was single, it was cool. I'll grind it out and I'll put in the work. But once you have a family, it's like you don't want to give them what's left, which is almost nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Um, I mean, do you shorten down your schedule? Because I think also too that's what we talked about on the call our first time when we got you enrolled was just like working like maybe was it 4 days a week and then a couple hours shorter. So do you even have like a couple more I guess days to spend with them right now?
No, I'm still working 5 days,
Okay,
but
yeah,
I just work instead of working 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, it's strictly 10 to 5 every day.
got you. Get off,
So,
see your son,
hmm
spend a little time with them. I'm sure that I mean have they? I'm sure they've been a little bit happier from that as well too.
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Just
nice.
like I said, even like I'm going, because I would still go to the gym and do all that stuff. So in the morning I'd be rushing, and then my whole day I'm rushing because I'm stressed because I'm running behind because I got to rush to get all these heads in. I'm not taking the time that I need to take on that, and then I'm rushing to get home, and then by the time I'm home, I'm like super shot, and I like really don't even want to hear it.
Yeah,
Versus now it's like I'm so much more calm and so much more relaxed, and I
yeah.
have so much more mental energy and mental clarity
Mm.
to like be able to do all these things and balance everything out.
Nice, dude. Nice. I guess foreshadowing, like, what is like your, I guess, next 12-month plan, right? Because I think you've been in the program for about 8 months now, going from 30 to 80. Do you have any like big plans, foreshadowing coming up in the next year? Is that more secretive to you, or anything that you want to
A-
kind of like share on here?
As far as what?
Just career wise.
Just oh, career
Yeah.
wise? Well, I gotta be at 200 before the end of the year.
Hell yeah. I think I'm just laughing because every time like you say something like that, dude, I just laugh because that's the exact. It's just like everything that I would like think of like I gotta be at that fucking price point. Like
Yeah,
it
everything else is like, I mean, it's you know, I gotta get that first.
yeah,
I just gotta
absolutely.
focus. Sometimes I'm so scattered-minded that if I don't focus on one thing, then I'll be like all over the place, and I can't afford to do that. So I'm
Yeah,
just focused on getting to 200.
nice, nice. If it has because I know we focus super on just like again one thing. Has that helped you throughout the program too? Just getting more clarity on like 'cause I think a lot of barbers too when they first come in, it might have been you. They don't know what the hell they even like look at in their business of like what to do properly and just like you said, scatter minded. Maybe I gotta do this, pass out cards, go to this class. I mean, is it just about more clarity of like this is what business is, this is where I need to go with my business. I guess throughout these past 8 months for you.
Definitely, most definitely. Yeah, like I said, I just like the whole structure of the program overall. Like everything from the OLT sheet, like keeping track of that, tracking my sleep.
Mm.
The financial sheet has helped a lot. Like really seeing like how much profit per cut I'm making, how much I'm making overall per month, and how it's all laid out there for me to see. So it's not like all over the place. Because I did used to do a little bit of tracking, but nothing where it was like all in one place
Hmm.
where I can see everything as a whole. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. It's like the living organism. I was just telling Joel too. Um, like once you go up to 100, I gotta get you something. Like we gotta celebrate with something, dude. Even though it's like the goal's on 200, obviously, but once you go up to 100, I'm thinking about getting you something. What do you? Because you don't drink at all, right?
I mean, I drink, but not like that.
Yeah, we'll think of something, dude. I'll think of something. Might
I'm
make a might make a trip out to Vegas or something. Surprise you.
yeah, I'm like I don't know if you seen there was like it was like a little short clip of Kobe. It was like after a game, and they were like, Kobe, you don't seem to be happy. And he's like, what's there to be happy for?
Yeah,
Job's
yeah,
not done. And you know
yeah.
the job's not done. So till the job's done, I'm not happy until the job's done. So
Get up to 200. Well, I'll send you something, dude. I'll get you something out there. Maybe another little mason jar or something like that. I guess kind of wrapping up here, dude. I mean, any advice that you would give to maybe anybody who's watching this or even listening to this on a podcast? Any advice to that person who might be thinking, you know what? Maybe similar situation where you were at prior cutting hair. I'm already doing good. I get my skill set. I don't know if this program's right for me or not. Any advice that you give to them?
the program works 100%. If you put in the work and you're willing to make all the iterations that you need to make and like really harp in on everything that you need to do, the program is laid out for you and it's going to work. But that doesn't mean that you don't got to put in the work. So if you don't want to put in the work, then don't join. But if you want to put in the work and you want to get the results, then join. It's not that difficult. So that's
Yeah,
really the only advice I got.
I love
And
it.
if anything, if a kid like me, a self-conscious kid like me, can join the program and like, you know, and do it, you can do it. So
Yeah, it's funny. Like Joel said the same thing. Like, dude, if you ain't serious about it, don't even worry. But don't even waste your time with
yeah,
it.
don't even do it.
Yeah, because it's too much. I don't think people understand how much work there is in building a business. There's a threshold that you really gotta. Like, you have to have the seriousness like you, tough. Like, just lay everything out. Everything's right here. Lock the fuck in. Dude, appreciate your time. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go right now, though.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate you for the interview, dude.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Yep.